Cublets is a really interesting toy that's going to be a little bit more, I guess, like a little less flashy than these other toys that build a robot and it moves and beeps and talks to you. So cublets are basically these robotic building blocks. They look like this. They attach with magnets, easy to put together. Really small children, I wouldn't recommend them for too young, but they say that 4 and up is fine. Different colored blocks do different kinds of things. Every one of them needs what's basically a battery, and again, most of these, anything like something like the power up, you're going to want to charge it up with the USB. So we're going to turn this on. Yep, you can tell it's on because there's a green light. I'm going to attach it to something over here. This one's fun because this is the Discovery Kit, which comes with wheels. So that's pretty fun because then you have, like, kids have the opportunity of making something move. So, and all of the other blocks have these something that you do. So this has got a sensor on it. I'm not sure if this is the light sensor or the location sensor. So the minute I attached it,
the wheels start going.
The wheels started moving. All right.
These little pieces?
So these pieces you add on top or to the side or wherever you want. So they just add, and then this is built for Lego. So you can actually build and animate and make a robot out of Lego pieces. You don't need that other Lego kit. This is a Bluetooth app, and what this does is if it attaches on top, it should start, see how it started blinking? It's actually searching for apps. So you can download certain apps and program your robot through a Bluetooth, so it's sending a signal, it's sending in the app. Okay. So watch, this is gonna, see how I'm having to figure that out? Okay, so this one's working with light, I think, and there's one over here that's a location. No, that's not really. Yeah, so if I get close to it, it moves, so that's actually a proximity sensor. That's really cool. So kids have to figure that out. I love this. There's lots of different kits. The Discovery Kit has got about 5 of these, basically, robotic blocks in them. This is a pretty small kit. It's kind of pricey. It's $149.
Right.
It's not, sorry, this one's $139.95.
Right.
And they go up. And if you want it, you can buy individual cubes and blocks. They start at $24. They go up to $50-something. It's not, this is definitely something you want to invest in.
Right.
And you've got to have a kid who's going to want to sit and do these. Because again, it's not going to, you're not building this, and it's not going to roll around and have this like flashy ball that looks like, which, they're famous for the BB-8 toys. So, but I think this is a fantastic toy, and I love it. So, I was really excited to put that on our list this year.
Okay.
All right, and then we have Cosmo, which we have reviewed before on our site, and we just wrote a review about their newest robot, Vector.
Okay.
This is a update to Cosmo. It's a special edition they just came out with this year. It's $180. Cosmo's a really interesting little robot, though. Let's make some room for him. And I've got to connect him. So, Anki's robots they're a little tricky. You've got to make sure that you're connecting first before you even launch their app to their own Wi-Fi. So let me go in here and do this. What's really nice, though, is that even though Cosmo itself has been out for a little while, is Cosmo turned on yet? All right, let me get him going on this thing. Sorry. What's really, okay, so I don't know what he's not live. There, let me get him, hold on a second. Is that Anki's really committed to updating their robots. So they'll go in, they're constantly, you may buy something. Cosmo itself was out a while ago. But I'm trying to find, here it is, okay. Let's just get him live before I take him off his charger. Okay.
It's an interesting little thing. It comes with the charger kit and the cord.
Yeah.
You just got to hook it up to a USB power plug.
Yeah.
It does come with the cord, but doesn't have the adapter or the plug piece.
Searching.
All right. This sits pretty hard. It's nice, sturdy.
Okay, so he's got it should be turned on. He's on.
Okay.
And we connected to Wi-Fi. Is he on still?
Yep. It looks like it's connecting. If you can see it, it's hard on the camera, but it's definitely searching.
He says there's no, okay. So one thing with we may have to come back to him. One thing with we've noticed with iOS, with the new one, is that we're having some trouble getting bounced off of Wi-Fi. Like basically, your iPhone starts to look for the most robust internet connection, and it will bump off lower level internet connections, lower level Wi-Fi connections, which Cosmo is obviously not the one that you're using to get online. All right, so this isn't working. So let me play with this for a second.
Okay, so it is.
It's on. It's just it's not recognizing. I'm gonna have to go out of the app for a second.
Okay.
It's not Cosmo. Wait, let's see. Oh, he's working now. Okay. All right, let's get him down. Hopefully he's gonna work now. Let's wake up. There
Here
he
it
goes.
goes.
Gotta be patient with robots.
Mm-hmm.
They're not instantaneous.
There she goes.
So one of the things that's really fun about Cosmo is that it's sort of like having a pet chipmunk.
It's small little.
It's small and little, and it chirps at you. Vector, which we didn't put on our toy list because it's not really a toy, is Vector will
So having problems with her because
no,
of the
it's
tail?
totally funny. He's looking for something to eat.
It's lining itself up to go in.
Yeah. So Cosmo will hiccup.
There it goes.
Yay! Good Cosmo.
So how old is this for? What age?
I think they'll use in the box. So they'll say 8 and older.
8 and older.
But I think you could probably get away with some supervision and like have Cosmo play with some kids that are a little bit younger. So they updated Cosmo's app and system for the new limited edition that just came out. Again, Anki's always going in, making new adjustments. The toy you may have a year-old toy, you're still going to get downloads of like new firmware updates with new features. They made it easier to find some games, some tricks. So Anki's like something that you can buy and know is not going to be obsolete in 6 months.
Right.
So that's a nice thing. Because it is a hefty purchase. I mean, $180.
It's a nice size.
It's a nice size present.
Yeah, it's the most expensive one on our list. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you think about it, so you've got devices like Power Up, which are $40, you know, and then you get some of the other ones. You know, the Little Bits guitar is about $100, and
Yeah.
you start getting up a little more expensive with the Jimu.
Yeah.
And then the Spiro also at the $150 range. The Jimu is $120. Then I guess the Spiro ball is a little more expensive, and then this is the top of the line. But you get, again, it's fun things for the kids to do. You know, it gets them into electrical, understanding some of the coding.
Yeah, I mean, coding's really just one of those things that kids actually have to understand. I mean,
Right.
they have to know how to code. They're going to be coding. They're going to have to do some basic coding at some point in their lives. It's also just coding is a language, so it's really kind of a great thing for kids to be pushed to learn a language. So let's try this Little Bits now that I may have fixed it. I'm not going to lift it up, but basically I'm turning on. Let's see if this is going to work. No. I broke it. Okay. Well, in any event, it's basically I should be able to. I mean, it's not me. It's just what it's. Maybe Anki can fix it. Cosmo can come over here and do it. But all the Little Bits basically work together. I've got a speaker here, and
it's a cool little thing because the kids can make their own music and play around with it. You get them to be kind of creative with the technology, and again, it's like building blocks. It's taking building blocks to the next level, which is kind of fun. And all this is if you want more information on any of these products, you can find them. Oh, good.
Okay. So I really wanted to show this only because I don't want people to buy it and think they're getting a guitar. So each of these pieces are going to make different ways or different sounds. And here's a keyboard. Yes, see? Cosmo likes it.
Cosmo's going to start dancing.
There's another one on here that if it's a proximity sensor, if you add that in, it starts to sound like a theremin, which is this really cool kind of physics music instrument that I love. Yeah, thank you, Cosmo. But on our site, if you go to the review, if you go into the review and type in on GearBrain the little bits, we actually figured out how to play Happy Birthday. So there's a little video of us playing Happy Birthday. You can just go crazy. So that's it. That's our 6. We have 3 more that we didn't actually get in-house in time. We played with them and then we had them sent back, but we didn't get them back in time for today. But that we did recommend. One is the Lenovo Mirage Solo, which is that's really actually the most expensive toy on our list. It's about $399. It's a really hefty VR headset. It's untethered. It's great VR. But that's an investment. But it is a great one. We spent some time with it. It's got some really fun games. It's got some really great educational uses. And it's a really mid-price point for a VR headset for like everybody in the family. We've got
and I think make sure for people who don't understand, and this is the first time getting into virtual reality, untethered means you're not tied to a cord. You can move around freely, so it's one of the things. It's been one of the restrictions people have been talking about with virtual reality. So, and Lenovo's done a nice job. They also had their Star Wars Jedi Challenge, which was kind of fun. Headset, but this...
I think we had that on our list last year.
Yeah, that was last year. This year, I think the Mirage Solo is a really, really a good headset, especially if you're looking at, the Oculus Go, the HTC Vive. This one would be definitely take a good look at it.
And then we also recommended this year the Wonder Workshop Sketch Kit, which is an add-on piece. It's about $40. It's the other kind of the second lowest price thing we have on our site. It works with 2 of Wonder's robots, both I think we reviewed Q and Dash. And what's really nice about the Sketch Kit, which I thought was pretty cool, is it's an add-on addition that basically is all of these robots, once you code them and have them do something, which is really great to see. You don't have a physical, unless you're taking a video of it, you can't really show anybody, oh look, I coded my robot to move into a triangular position. So the Sketch Kit actually lets kids attach a marker, they can draw on it, they have proof. It's kind of like the old ways of doing programming where you would like say, okay, I want to program something to print out Mickey Mouse or something. And it's a nice thing. And then our final one is this really beautiful toy we saw at the Toy Fair this year called Lumi, which has no screen. It's on the site. You should take a look at it. It's basically, it looks like a radio. It's this pale blue color with giant knobs, and it's only audio. So it tells kids stories, and they can pick out elements in the story if they want to have a castle or see an ogre, and it comes up with about 40, maybe 48 different combinations. And it's kind of a nice idea because that's a little bit of programming too, right? If I pick this, then this happens. But again, no screens, and that's on their website. It's about $70.
What's really interesting, I'm sitting here looking at this, and it is hard for you to see, but there's eyes looking at you throughout the whole thing, which is kind of so...
He's mad right now.
He's mad because I'm holding him. But it is definitely, the Cosmo is definitely one of these, I can see little kids, it becomes their little buddy. Because they look at it and it looks back at you, which is, of all these, this is one of the few that actually, kind of is human-like in the way they do things.
And Cosmo has facial recognition. So it'll scan your face and know it's you. And so next time it sees you, it'll know that it's actually you talking.
So I can see with kids, it's kind of interesting, also talking back to them and everything. And again, it increases the playtime and, interaction.
And it can even recognize a dog. It knows if it's it goes like, oh, something like that. All right, well that's it, guys. So listen, have fun. Go see if you can try some of these out at a store. But now you've actually seen them. Send us some questions if you have any more questions. We're really happy to answer them. Tell you how, what we thought in more detail, or answer anything in specifics about these toys.
Yeah, they're all on GearBrain. So visit our site. We have tons and tons of ideas, whether it's for toys, for smart home, for virtual reality, for drones, fitness, whoever you're looking for, grandma, mom and dad, or that geek friend of yours. We have tons of ideas for you to help you during this holiday season. So enjoy, have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yep, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.